Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's Saturday. It's BOLO Day. Woo! Be on the lookout what we do every Saturday and check out almost 200 videos at this point. A ton of videos up there. We've been doing BOLOs for a long time now. Is we show you what sales highlights are from the prior week. And we do a bit of a deep dive into them, why they sold, why you should look for them, keywords, all that sort of thing. And without further ado, Mr. Magazine will take it away.
All right. I'm going to start this off by saying don't buy this.
Really?
Yep. I bought this over a year ago.
$95?
The first Barbie, yeah, but it's a sucker thing because, I don't think I made a lot of money on it. I'm sure I researched it, but you would think that the first Barbie Dream House from 1962 is worth a lot of money.
Right.
And it's just not worth that much. So they go for $50 to $150 depending on condition, completeness, and so forth. I bought it as part of a deal. I thought I would make a lot more on it. I ended up probably getting close to breaking even because I had sitting on it for a year. It costs a lot to ship it because it's kind of big. So
really,
either buy it cheap and right, or don't buy it at all, or buy it and play with it.
Now, did it have a box originally?
That I'm not sure, but that's the outer box. That's actually the case for it. Looks like a house,
right?
And then it opens up into inside of a house.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
I would stay away from it unless you buy it right.
Okay.
All right. Next up, Telly Savalas, Who Loves You, Babe? Actor autographed 8x10 photo with JSA-COA. I didn't realize it, but this guy sells for $100. He is deceased, and it also says Who Loves You, which is
Right.
So kind of cool there. If you ever see anything like that, scarf it up.
Wow, $105. So that's worth more than the Barbie Dream House.
Correct. Yep, yeah, rightly so.
Wow.
Next up, you'll probably see these out and about, and they're not too bad. Breaker 19 board game, 1976, a CB Truckers game. I think I took $32 on this, so I might have paid $10 to $15, and the guy brought it in. But you can probably find these at garage sales for $2, $3, $5. Definitely any 1970s oddball games like this, board games. I would, if they're complete, I would pay $5 on them.
Well, and that's a question that I have is how do you know when they're complete? Because sometimes they have
inside the box cover, or they might have an instruction manual, but or they have little inserts. So make sure, like if it's like 10 little moving, maybe it has 2 dice and 10 little moving pieces. Just make sure it matches up
as best you can. Yep.
Correct. Yep. All right. Next up, football season is here, and so is Kenny Pickett and the Steelers. Just sold this for $150. Panini Mosaic Rookie Red Sparkle PSA 10. So pull out your football cards. The time is now, and let's start moving some product.
Now, is this a premium product, Mosaic, or is it middle line?
It's not basic, but it's the next level up. So, but it's out there. They're common, these boxes. And again, it ended up being a PSA 10, and it's a rare insert as well.
Oh, so there's a rare insert as well. Yep, not the base level. Right.
Yep. All right. Nice. Next up, I'm sure you can find this at almost anywhere. Superman DC Powers, Super Powers, Counter 1984 figure. I got $40 on this. He's in great shape, too. I'm sure that's why he went for a premium. Generally, these things would go for $10 to $25.
Now, is that the same series I know in the past you showed Shazam from?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So overall, it is a pretty good set. Then.
Oh yeah, and anything.
And these are all loose.
Yeah, anything near mint, complete, they're going to go for more money. All right, next up, vintage Easter 1974 Rolling Stone scarf.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, premiere. I'd never seen this in my life, but apparently my employee did when he listed it.
Wow.
I had $275 on this, and like I said, I didn't even know I owned this. Guy made me a $200 offer. I'm like, to me, it's $200 in free money, so I took it.
What is it? I mean, it's a scarf.
It's some scarf. It must have been like to a special concert, an Easter concert maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it's got the original box too, so it's kind of neat.
Right.
So yeah, it's shocking, but good for him. Good for me. All right, next up. Never seen this before either, but it went for $90. The Stick multi-switch voice fax modem processor, new old stock, new and sealed, $90.
What is it?
I think it's a modem. Yeah.
A modem?
A modem, yeah. A vintage modem.
Do people still use modems?
Hey, if you're going to tap into the Whopper, you might need a modem. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
War games?
Oh, all right.
Okay.
But do people still use modems?
I think it's a vintage computer stuff. That's why they want it, and it's sealed.
So they're probably going to keep it sealed.
I would think so. Maybe they're going to grade it. Maybe you can grade them at some point. See, it's still sealed.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But now you know if you ever find anything like
something like that you can find out there.
And all kidding aside, say that was opened in a box for $5, I would still buy it. Why would you not? It's got to be worth $20, $30, $40, if it's complete.
Yeah.
I think vintage computer stuff is decent. Yeah.
Any idea what year that is?
I'm guessing 90s.
90s, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Because you can find that stuff at estate sales.
Yeah.
People will have stuff like that sitting in their computer room.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
there we go. Something else for me to look for when I'm out there.
Any unopened floppy disks, if they're blank, if they're game, anything new old stock computer stuff, I would jump on it.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Nice.
think you're up.
Am I?
I hope so.
Oh, yes, I am. All righty. A lot of people love private jets. I don't know if you know anybody that owns one or not, but people love private jets. A flight in one of those has to be really, really expensive. Private plane photo, a lot of two Cessna 501 Citation 8x10s. I don't generally list photos. I did list this back in 2020. I got a $12 offer on it. More than happy to see something like that go for two photos.
Yeah.
And we've said it in the past, Cessna stuff always sells. People love that. That is probably, it's pretty much the only brand of private plane that I know off the top of my head. If you started telling me others, I probably would say, I've heard of that. But if you said, hey, name a private plane, I'm going to name Cessna.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people end up knowing. So, yeah, $12 for that.
Cool.
Up next, New York World's Fair, 1939, Hotel McAlpin certificate. It's kind of neat. If you stayed at the hotel, they gave you this little certificate. There are actually more of these out there than you would think. I took $20, $18, something or other like that on it. They go for about $10 to $20, and they're actually, even though I'd never seen one before, and this does have a stain on it, they're actually more out there than I would think that they would be. But still, if you can end up picking this up for $1 or thereabouts, which sometimes you can, people will have a lot of World's Fair things together. So buy those when you see them. And sometimes this is folded in half. This would be the kind of thing that might be stuck in a book or something like that as well. You never know.
Sure.
So now next time you see it, you know what it is and you know what it goes for.
Cool.
The New York Times. I know people that stockpile those, and they're going to make a lot of money off those at some point. Maybe not from 1951, May 29th, 1951. Korean War, color TV, Supreme Court, Joe Adonis. $44 I ended up getting out of this. I can't argue with that whatsoever. Definitely do pick up older newspapers, and New York Times is the premier newspaper to pick up when you're out there, when you see it. Out of the common newspapers that you're going to see. So I always pick up the New York Times when I see them out there. Most estate sales put no value whatsoever on them. I think I ended up paying, I bought a big box of these, and I think I paid like $10 for like 40 or 50 newspapers from the 50s, all New York Times. So they're out there. Up next, Coronet Magazine, kind of a junk magazine overall. However, I got $20 out of this, and I believe the reason why is because of Charles Ponzi. Always go through it, and in a case like this, I not only put up the table of contents, but I put up the Charles Ponzi one because I was thinking that would probably be the high point of the entire magazine. So, sure enough, put that up and got $20 out of a magazine that most people would probably pass by because, again, most of those issues are not particularly good.
Sure.
Next up, Santa Fe. Fun Train Railroad Children's Fun booklet, 1950s. This was given out to the kids to do, so they could draw the rest of this, or they could draw this. I don't know if they're called stewardesses. I don't know what they were called in trains, whatever they were called. All the various things over there. I think it was 12 pages. References 48 states, so that's another thing there. So it's obviously pre-1959. So you do what you can to try to identify the dates on things. Not everything always has the date. So get whatever clues you can when you're out there to try to identify it. Obviously, this is not 1920s or anything like that, you can tell. So just because it references 48 states, I'm thinking it's probably the 1950s because it does not look to be 40s. But I did get $24 out of this.
Sure.
My thought is there probably are not a lot of these out there because they were given to kids and they were meant to be used by kids on the train to keep them still. Up next, Jam Entertainment News Magazine, February 21st, 1992. Rush, Lloyd Cole, Johnny Copeland. $31, got a couple of bids on it over there. Obviously, some Rush fan needed that for his collection, I would think,
Very cool.
or some Lloyd Cole fan.
Or Geddy Lee fan.
This was actually a free magazine in Orlando, and we've mentioned any number of times, sell the free magazines when you can see them, because again, they were free in Orlando. If you were a Rush fan in Los Angeles,
good luck.
thank you. And that's where you can end up making the money because of something like that. Now, realize also at this point, that's 31 years old. So it is kind of old. How many of those did they print in the first place? Who knows? 10,000, something like that.
Yeah.
How many of those have survived? Not a lot.
10.
Exactly. How many of those are for sale at this moment?
0.
One.
No, so
Yeah.
0.
And finally, Dennison, which is a brand to keep your eyes looking for out there. Dennison Stuff does sell. Package wrapping kit, new old stock, 1950s paper label tape. Now, Mr. Magazine's telling you to buy old modems if it's new old stock. I'm telling you to buy old envelopes if they're new old stock.
Okay.
I did get $24 out of this, and literally, that's what it is.
Wow.
A bunch of little stickers in there, special delivery, all that stuff with the envelopes on it. Probably paid $1, if that, for it. I'm sure I picked it up at a sale. Somebody would have had this like in their stationery area and all that stuff. Never bothered to open it up. I happened to see it, threw it in my pile. I'm sure I paid $1 for it at most, because I'm sure when I went to the checkout counter, they kind of looked at it and said, okay, and wanted $1 on it. To turn that into $24 isn't bad at all. So do keep your eyes open for new old stock stuff out there. It definitely does sell. And again, to get $24 out of some envelopes, not bad.
Crazy. Yeah.
If you could hit the like button, it would definitely help us, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.